You guys, this has to be my favorite portfolio page we've ever designed. So I'm super excited to walk you through just how to use it and kind of what our thinking was behind all of it. So this collage here up front is super customizable and kind of foolproof in terms of making it look cool. So you can really swap out any images that you want. We did a little GIF here for a little movement. But yeah, that's kind of an easy just introduction to your work. So if you're a photographer, obviously this is like a great portfolio page, but even if you are a maker of some sort or whatever and you want to show off the work that you're doing and you need galleries, this is kind of the hub for that. So this is the main page, and then I'll walk you through each of the gallery pages and how they work. So we just wanted a great introduction to the work, and so there's a little bit of a context here, a little kind of manifesto area, if you will. And then we have various ways to show featured galleries. So we just have those featured galleries titled according to the gallery styles that we have, but those could be anything that you want. And then we also just have like various ways to continue to show more work if you wanted to. So this could be blog links, this could be anything. You could also just hide it if you wanted one, but just lots of ways to show this as you scroll down the page. Here's some more like selected work. You can put, various galleries in there and do multiple pages within Canvas views. And then of course a little call to action at the end to invite people to get in touch if they connect with your work. So I'm going to go through each of these gallery styles, and we have them separated out into separate pages so that you can easily link to them. And then also just it gives you so much more range of other content to put on the page. So this here is like you would put the gallery title, and then maybe this is like the sort of services that you offered for this particular project. So if you're a commercial photographer and you did all these things, you could even ditch these entirely, and it's just like a nice little intro, and that looks beautiful. So super customizable there. But we kind of meant for this to be like a little short synopsis of the project, and you could link here to like the full blog post, again kind of connecting everything in the ecosystem here. And then this is kind of cool. We have, these are just like manual quick replacements, so there's a little bit of like an editorial style to it. And then we have like a full screen image, and you can replace that. And then this is where it uses the gallery features, and so it's just, you can manage the images here, you can sort them, move them, you can change the settings. If you wanted it to be like 3 columns, for example, you could easily switch that out, and then you are showing more. So lots of customization options there as well. And this just scrolls down infinitely depending on how many images you have in the gallery. And so you won't see that scroll down here, but you would see it in preview. You won't just see it on the stage, otherwise it could be for like days. And then just like a really great place to put a pull quote. You'll notice here that we have the italic is separated out just because it's a different font style. We want to actually mix it a little bit on this design, so that can be moved around and you can kind of merge it together depending on what your actual pull quote is. So that is the tiled gallery. Next is the sliding gallery, and it just has a really beautiful full screen header. And then this is just a simple kind of 1, 2, 3, and you click through it, and you're just to customize this, you can click here and to manage your images, and you can pull in whatever images you want, and move them around and such accordingly. And then all of these buttons just lead you back to that main portfolio page. Another instance of that pull quote, you can also just stitch it if you don't want, but we just kind of wanted to just show you how to kind of tie in that client experience that people are having, how they're remarking about your work while people are seeing some of the work. Next up, we have the editorial gallery. This is one of my favorites. Big, high impact image here. And then a great sort of introduction here of maybe what this project was. Just a great way for you to just introduce a little bit of copy, and then that gives it a little bit of visual interest as well. And then the trick here with this is it's basically 2 separate galleries. And so you may, depending on like how your work is and how your image pairing goes, it can be a little bit tricky to image pair. And so sometimes you may just like label like, this is image 1A and this is 1B, and this is, and you kind of pair them maybe outside of Show It and then bring it in just labeled accordingly. But I just paired these really kind of quickly here. And they're just two separate galleries that advance together. And so that's just a cool way to show vertical images. You probably wouldn't want to use this if you have a ton of horizontal images. This wouldn't be like the best gallery layout for that. I'd end up using probably the sliding gallery if you have a mix. But this is really great for that vertical image set. And then finally, we have the full screen gallery, which is kind of the most simple gallery. And it's just meant to be like full immersion. So there's no like additional pages that will go full screen. And then you can just use the gallery widget here to manage your images and add in what you would like. And then this, of course, links back to that portfolio page. So anyways, lots and lots of options there depending on your work. Oftentimes what people will end up doing, especially if you're a photographer, is like you would use the tiled gallery for featured projects where you kind of are doing more coverage, or maybe it was like a featured wedding or something. And then you would use probably like the sliding gallery for like, these are my weddings and these is kind of a highlight of my work. And you may not use the other two styles, but we just like to kind of present them, and you can always just remove them if you're not going to use them. And they're always in the original file in your library should you ever want to switch things up. So that's the rundown on the galleries here in Lillet Blanc. We can't wait to see your work in those beautiful galleries, and happy to help if you guys have any questions on how to use any of these things. All right, have a good one. Bye.